Okay, I'm live and I'm going to cover assimilating HTML CSS here. So after I've done a lot of hardcore stuff today, I'm going to go a little bit easier and dive into a fairly straightforward topic, which is how to do things with HTML and CSS. So I'm going to say assimilate HTML CSS repo here. I'm going to say this is a template building out HTML and CSS. There we go. And let's go ahead and put in, I would say Node is probably a good one here. And we can also do this, Creative Commons, perfect. Okay, so HTML, CSS, got this thing cooking. I'm going to do what I've done previously, which is I have to clean up. I have too many code spaces here, so I'm going to have to clean these up real quick and get rid of a few more. Get rid of another one. Get rid of another one. Perfect. Okay, got that. All right, so now that I've got those cleaned up, I can go back to the repo that I just created, which is assimilate HTML CSS. Perfect. And new with options. Let's go ahead and do this, and let's create a 16-core machine here and get this cooking. So what's I guess kind of interesting about this is, probably I'm going to have to set this thing up more as like a node based machine, I think, just because you're going to have to render this thing out somewhere, all this stuff. So it's a very interesting scenario here. So I think the default though is node is installed. Yeah, node's already installed here. So that's good. But I also probably want to take out some other, extensions as well. So I'm going to do Copilot here, which I definitely want to get running. Copilot Nightly, Copilot Labs. There we go. And also Makefile. There we go. And what else can we do is HTML. A boilerplate snippet generator. I think we probably want to do HTML CSS support. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's see what we can do here. I'm kind of curious if I just start building something like, essentially like a website of some kind, whether that's a good place to get started with. And let's just double check. So this is this or this. Yeah, where are those other extensions though? Like this one I don't see, but I'm just going to make sure these are all inside of here. Add dev container. We're going to call this universal. Let's keep it here. I need to install anything. Fastly, Golang, Go test. This might be useful for doing things with HTML, the JQ tool. What else can we get here? Node installs Node. What I don't know isn't this already installed though? So why would I need to do it again? I don't think I'd need that since I've already got it. And let's see. I think this is good. There you go. Perfect. And I'm going to make sure I put all these inside of my dev container here so that it's all checked in. So add a dev container. Add a dev container. I don't care about that. These are good. So those look good. So let's go ahead and say get status and add a container, adding base setup for HTML, CSS. Okay. I have to kind of remember some of the stuff that I've done in the past. I know there's like these CSS compile tools and all this, but I'm going to start with just really simple stuff. So lesson 1 is hello world. Hello world. Okay, so really the hello world is, let's just make like a hello world website. So I'm going to say make directory, and we'll call this hello website. Right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cd into this website. I'm going to create a file called index.html. Whoops. Move this to index.html. There you go. And let's get started. I always forget about this. HTML comments are, isn't it this? Comments. There you go. There you go. Comments. So we're going to say build a hello world website. So let's try this out in HTML. So there we go. So we're going to have Copilot help us out here. Oh, it's pretty cool. So it's definitely doing its job. And then we're going to close that final tag now. So that is nice. I like this. And now to preview this, I thought that there was a preview tool. Let's double check on this. I think I need to go back to extensions, and we'll say preview HTML preview. Look at this. Neat. Oh, it's no longer maintained. That sucks. What's this? A markdown. Well, let me Google this real quick. Preview HTML VS Code. Let's see if I can find a better one here. So this one's old. This is no longer. Too bad they don't have like a. And look at this. This was last updated like years ago. This does not look like what we want to care about. But I'm going to look at HTML here. So IntelliSense provides ability to preview documents. What's the difference here between this one and this one? This one was last updated. Version history. Wow, these are updated just a long time ago. HTML. Formats. No. IntelliSense. A basic boilerplate format. HTML. So this one is supported, I guess. Provides ability to preview documents. It can be activated 2 ways. Open a preview to side. Well, let's install this one then. And so once we've got this installed, then it should show up. Here we go. And we'll say add to dev container. So now if I go back to this document, I should see show in browser. What does that do? Didn't do anything. And if I say open to the side, oh, it might be this. There we go, preview. I see. So we can just go here. We can just click on this button and not bad. Build a website in HTML. Now, I'm assuming that this, I actually forget about this, but I'll just Google it. We'll just say HTML comments. Did I do it right? Oh, no, I didn't do it right. HTML comments are going to be, this is the problem, HTML tutorial, so Microsoft, high quality source here. Let's just double check here, and let's just say hello world website. We'll say reference 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 hello world website. There we go. Now let's look at this. We have this that looks good. Now let's look for comments. That's public version. Let's see here. Okay, let's add this to our reference. Hello world Microsoft tutorial. Here, Microsoft tutorial. Also reference this. Reference HTML docs. HTML docs. Or HTML spec. There you go. Okay, we got this. So where is comments and how can I search this? Comments. There we go, comments. We can add a comment. Oh, so it's comments must follow the following string. So like this. Okay, there we go. Nice. Got the tutorial here to help us out. So we'll just say comments. That's what I need to find, which is comment. There's this. Okay, so we can just copy that snippet here. It's easy to get confused about. That's why it looked weird. I was like, what? That's right. And then you do, this is a comment. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Nice. We got a Hello World website going, and this is a comment. All right, so let's do a little bit more then. So let's keep cooking. We'll say get status. Let's check all this in. Let's go up a directory. Get status. Get add.dev container. Adding Hello World HTML. Then we can, I guess, just build out some stuff based on maybe either the standard or something like this. Maybe I'll follow roughly this HTML basics. So we can see here most browsers can render it, blah, 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 blah. We have the body goes inside of the body tags. We have header tags. And to add an image, you do an image here. So I'm going to upload like a cat and a dog picture, and then I'm going to make a new website. So let's make a cat and dog website. So we'll say make your cat dog website. Touch index HTML. And let's go to desktop. And I'm going to grab a cat and dog picture here. I'm going to grab a cat, and I'm just going to throw it there. There we go. Look at this little kitty there. And I'm going to pick a dog. And I'm also going to grab that and throw it over here. Whoops. Let's close this. And let's throw the cat and dog. I don't know why it's Having some issues dropping this in there. Upload. Upload. How about that? So let's just go to desktop, cats and dogs. Cats and dogs, small. Dog. There we go. Took longer than I wanted. Oh, because it's named the same thing. What we'll call this cat. I see. That was the problem. It's kind of a weird bug. It didn't warn me about why I couldn't upload, but let's do it again. Upload and dog. And then I'll just rename this dog. Dog. Hello World website. Perfect. Now let's do, so this is, so first thing that we built was, first project is in hello website. Now the second project is going to use some images. So we're going to do this. We're going to say second project. And we'll say include images. So what we want to do is then go back to this index file, and we're going to add a comment here, which build a website that shows two pictures. Pictures. One of a cat and one of a dog. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Pictures should be links to other pages. Maybe. Let's try that out. So pages. All right, let's try this out. Let's see if Copilot will help us build this out. Okay, it's interesting stuff here. So we have cat dog website, and then we're going to do two other files, which sure. And then these, so reference the image source. What is this going to do? Cat dog. Why is this not rendering? Huh. Cat dog. That's interesting. Well, let's keep it simple first. I don't think we want to do that. We want to actually just make. There we go. So what is interesting is this doesn't render out, and so why? This is a good question. Maybe this tool is just not really that great at rendering stuff out. So this does introduce a weird issue here, which does make things a lot trickier to debug. Is like, why is this thing not actually showing the picture of the cat and the dog? Well, got our first problem here. Well, let's see here. We have image source. I don't see why that would be a problem, unless this preview tool is having an issue. Now, I guess what we could do is, like, could we have node render out HTML? Let's try that. Let's say node render HTML. Let's try this. Render basic HTML. You can have Jade include. Let's see. Like, quickest way for node to render HTML. If I have a basic node app, how do I render node? Install Express. What's it like? Simplest way to render HTML. How about that? Simplest way to render HTML. Let's see here. What would be the best one? I have a basic Node app, Express. Maybe this. What is this? Express. Let's check out Express here. So that does make things a little bit trickier when you have to render out HTML. How simple is using Node framework? Let's see. Express looks like it's simple. So Express HTML. Where's Express? Who knows? Express.js. What is this? Express, npm Express, minimalist, getting started. Here we go. So npm init. Well, let's try that. So let's see if this will help me out here. Get me past that issue I'm having. So I'm going to cd into cat and dog website. So again, let me look one more time. Yeah, see, it still doesn't work. So let's run the node command. Whoops, that's not it. But I can grab this. This is docs in the README. Let's do that. Okay, use node render plus express. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to follow the guide here, which says npm init. Let's try it out. So, didn't blow up. And then we're going to do, this command prompts you entry points, package name, cat dog website. Okay, I just said yes for everything. Now install it. Go here. Okay, and then we do, so you say npm init, and then so let's do npm install express. That looks good. Okay, so now hello world. Let's do. So let's run this. We're going to put this inside of first create a directory called in my app directory called app.js. Hopefully I'm not getting into something totally out of what I'm trying to do, but let's try this out. And node app JS. Okay, let's browse it. And cool, hello world works. Okay, well that's useful. Now, how do I get it to render a template? Basically static files. There we go. That's what I care about. So if I just want a static I just want to render like a very static site. How would I do that? It looks like this. So const require path static. And now if I go back to that Stack Overflow post, maybe I can figure this out. Express render HTML. And where's this? It says, let's try this. Let's try this person's code. So let's go like that. Const express require express. Let's just compare the differences here. So bar express. And you can have Jade include plain HTML. Say in the views, index.jade. In the views, using express, the following works. Give me a full example here. So try this. It works for me. So the reason I'm doing this is so that I can, I mean, maybe I'm actually making things more complex, but if I do that, app type configure disable, what does that do? No, that does not work. What happens if I do that? App configure and app listen, render HTML. Make a custom template. This is a little bit tricky to figure out. Express, maybe I could go back to the documentation here. It says, if you want it from another directory to serve code to, let's just go back to what I had before. So if I go back, got that, put that in there, app use express static right here. And what happens if I do that? Okay, hello world. And if I say index.html, what happens? Ooh, okay. So, wow, I got lucky. I don't think I totally know what I'm doing, but that is kind of cool that I was able to get that cooking here. So now I can test it out basically. So for whatever reason that preview didn't work. So this is good. I mean, this is a nice little thing to know about is so I can put a note here that says in JavaScript, I would forget the JavaScript comments. JavaScript comments. Is it bad comments? Okay, so it's the double backslash. So this allows me to render HTML, render the index file to view, go index video. There you go. So cool. That was nice. I got another app written here. I probably should add that documentation here about npm and npm install express, and then I would want to say, so create the app, this file. So in this case, what I would do is create a touch app.js and then add in inside of here this inside. There we go. Perfect. Looks good. And additionally, I think this is pretty good start. I mean, maybe the only other thing that might be kind of cool to set up, and I'll just say, and then to run, we would just do yes, node app.js. Okay, so let's check this in. Git status. I'll look up a couple directories here. Now, it would be cool to get a little bit of CSS here as well. So git status, git add all this stuff, adding simple websites. So probably the only other thing that would be kind of cool to do would be to do some CSS. I mean, I guess let's look at Microsoft CSS tutorial. I've done CSS, but I really suck at it. Let's build a little bit though. Let's do CSS. Save a lot of work. You'll learn to use. Hopefully, you don't have to like. Oh, I don't want to do an app. I just want to do the. There we go. Get started. Viewing and changing CSS. No. Like, I just want a CSS tutorial. Here we go. Build a simple website using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. So let's do one more app. So now let's do make their HTML, CSS, cats, dogs, or something like that. And we'll cd into that directory. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably so let's just see what the tutorial says. So let's get started here. A task list. Yeah, so let's change the name. We'll just say like move HTML. We'll say move HTML CSS to HTML CSS to do. Perfect. And we'll see into there. Now, that's exactly. I like this. Learning objectives, blah, 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 blah. So let's set up the structure. So what do we need to do? We need to create an index.html. We'll do that. So touch index.html. And then next up, we'll need to do a main.css and app.js. So touch a main.css, right? CSS, main.css and app.js. And touch app.js. And next up, we'll go to, what does it say? It says, oh, well, that's helpful. I'm glad I got some documentation about this, because we can say third site, third example, reference here, like this. There we go. So this looks like a pretty cool plugin here. What is this? It says look for enter open in. Oh, cool. I like this. So let's go to extensions, open in. Yes. Allows, whoa. Oh, we can't use it. Well, Oh well. Well, I have other techniques that I can use. We don't have to use that. Um, okay, let's go. Let's add the HTML. So let's just grab this real quick. Let's just go fast and let's go to-do list index. Let's toss this in there. And this is a document. That looks good. We see all that stuff. Edit the head, edit the body, view the page, developer tools. Let's just grab the whole thing. I'm going for speed now. So let's look at it. HTML, simple website. We have some main.css, current task. Okay. So if we look at it, it will probably be broken if I preview it. Oh no, it's okay. There you go. That's nice. And let's go back to this. CSS rules. So basically, in the previous unit, you're linked to this. So now we're going to create these CSS rules. And here's the selectors, like what elements of HTML it works on. And so copy the follow into the CSS file. So let's copy this. Let's go to this and let's paste it in. Let's go back to this, preview it. It looks the same to me. View in the browser. Oh, we're going to add some themes. So we're going to add this to it. So okay. And let's go here. Yeah, I don't really see any. In your HTML, you have to do this. Yeah, we have to include it. Where's that line? Update the body element with a class name. So body. What do you think? View applied. Add some constants to the root. So here. And then let's do one more, which is this. At the end of the CSS to a dark theme. So let's go that. Well, let's just see if we can even get this working. So what I'm going to need to do is do the same thing that I did before, because this is not going to let me do it in the web. What I'm going to have to do is actually run this sucker based on another Node app, which I can do. So I'll just go inside of here and I'll go back to my notes, and I'm going to do an npm init. There we go. All right, and then install Express. And then I'm going to create a little app here. And then inside of the app, I'm just going to put this in so I can render the documents. So there we go. Here we do this. And now I add this. I just say node app.js. Then I should be able to see it. If I go to index. Ooh, look at that. Pretty cool. All right, so we got another one working. That's good enough for me. So I'm going to go ahead and check this one in. Git add readme, add HTML CSS, added a CSS version. There we go. So this looks pretty good for one day. And in a couple weeks, I'll be back and keep building on this application.